One more time. I love it when somebody makes claims that our ambient light projection technology doesn't have the ability to be able to produce images, and they don't even understand what ambient light projection technology is. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We specialize in ambient light projection technology for customers who do not want to be stuck in the dark. They want to be bombarded with overpriced, expensive projectors that have to be used in demonstrations in order to make the screen look good. I'm doing this on a demonstration of a projector that cost me $150. It's an SVGA 800 by 600 ViewSonic projector. My screen right here is called the burnt copper. It's actually technology under the 21s that are designed to take in a ton of ambient light. If you saw any of the demonstrations under this technology, their first demonstrations were thrown outside, which means they had to be able to produce images outside, all of them. And that's usually the first demonstrations we throw against them when they finish to earn their label. They actually were so powerful that we couldn't find anything in the house bright enough to display the screen on because there wasn't enough ambient light in the house to do so. So we had to stick these things in windows to actually display how powerful they are. All right, so these are the tests, extreme tests these screens have to go under. Not being stuck in a dark environment, none of that nonsense. No, they have to go through the whole 9 yards. And what better way to show that a screen can take window light than to stick the very screen in the window? So if this screen can sit here and absorb the window light that's coming in and making contact with the screen, then that means, bottom line is, inside the house is a cakewalk. It will be able to pull up anywhere in the house with no problem. Those are the 21s. The screen can fire up anywhere in the house. No matter how much light's in it, the screen will fire up. Below in the comment section, well, not comment section, in the description box, I will put in the demonstration of this screen actually being tested out there. And the time for that test where that screen was sitting outside was 5:36. And this is actually the lightest screen. It's even actually lighter than the silver onyx. It's lighter than a silver onyx. And yet this screen right here can produce amazing images with window light on top of the screen. And as you can see, there's no curtains, there's no blinds, there's nothing blocking my window. It's just outside and window, outside and window. That's it. Oh, let me show you my projector. Here we are. There's my projector right there. And that part sits back from the screen. And you want to talk nonsense about correcting someone on how ambient light's supposed to react. You don't even know the beginning of how ambient light projection technology even works. How could you know? You're in the dark all the time when you do your demonstrations. Let me correct you. You're going to correct people on how it's supposed to be done but yet you're in the dark all the time when you do your demonstrations. But you're going to correct people on how it's done. I don't know what universe you live in, man, but you don't live in mine. And if you don't live in my universe, basically altogether, you don't understand how it even works. Now, most people, like I said, when having projectors, the first thing they do is they upgrade to the highest model. I actually downgraded all my projectors in my house. My projectors in my house used to be, I had all Sonys, and then I went from all 1080p Sonys to Chrissy's. And my other projector actually was hitting that big blue screen. The next room was actually, I had a VPO FH 5200 lumen Sony projector on there first. And then I converted that over to a Chrissy 1080p projector. I went from a Chrissy 1080p projector all the way down to a 720p ultra short throw NEC projector. So I downgraded and still have a better image than you. And now my $1,200 projector I have in there is going to be downgraded all the way to a projector that will cost me $175. This is what you call ambient light projection, Pro. This is how it works. Just in case you don't understand how it works, this is how it works. It doesn't go by AVS form standards. It doesn't go by other big company standards. It doesn't go by that, because the standards I've seen by these big companies, basically they're doing the same thing. They have these screens sitting in these poorly lit, ambient lit controlled environment on a screen that's claiming to be ambient light projection, and they're using high powered expensive projectors which are doing all the work. Let me zoom in for you. Where in our demonstrations we use a ton of ambient light and low entry level projectors. And look on the bright side. At least you're not outside, because I could stick you against that screen over there, and the weather is quite nice today. I don't think you'll pick up a color pattern next to that thing outside. And that screen's darker than this one. If that technology was in here, the darker version that we have of the 21s was in here, oh, it would be able to produce a picture way better than this one, because this is a lighter screen. This is the lightest screen we have under that technology. It's absorbing more light. And yet our lighter screen is actually absorbing more light too also. Let me go pick my head out the window for a minute and see what the weather's like. Oh, here. Check that out. As I'm moving about. Ooh. It's nice out here. It's nice outside. You know what that means? That means you're going to be going outside today, my friend. You're going to go into Black Nova, and we're going to do color patterns, which we're going to do those reds and blues and greens. See which screen pulls up the more richer and more vivid colors and contrast levels. Because if you're watching Batman or Underworld or Star Wars, something involving very dark contrast demonstrations, you do want that to pull up on your screen outside, don't you? So let's see what happens. Let's see if we take his mixes, put them outside against that black screen outside, and let's see if his screen can pull up those images and look the same way that screen does. Meanwhile, you can look at my technology sitting in the window, smiling at the light that's pushing against this. Now, for those of you who don't know who CROW is an individual that basically constantly, and I mean by constantly, is trying to educate me on how screen paints are supposed to work and how you're supposed to do this and how you're supposed to do that. That's who this individual is. So he doesn't do any of the demonstrations we do, none of our test demonstrations at all. He hasn't even matched one of our challenges, which I'll post again at the bottom of the comment section. You can look it up on Google. It's up there as the Ultimate 1100 Lumen Challenge. We also tested his product outside next to that technology, which was a 7 at the time, and he couldn't keep up with the screen. Now, he claims to be to have the same product that we have, and he does the same things that we do. And bottom line, at the end of the day, he's saving you hundreds, but yet we test our products against certified projection screens that cost thousands of dollars, and we were able to outperform those even when our screens are different colors. And he's going to sit there and try to explain to you the theory on why he feels that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but when you speak, you don't speak clearly and you don't speak correctly. And you don't explain things on the form on how it's supposed to be explained at all. Period. Grammar. I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but you know, if you're going to talk about the science behind technology and ambient light, you're wrong. As I said before, how are you calibrating a projector that you paid $4 or $5 grand for it to begin with? Why are you even telling your customers to calibrate a projector that costs that much money? Why do you call a screen ambient light rejection when you have to be in an ambient light controlled environment? Why does the environment have to be controlled if your screen is designed to reflect light? So those are the problems I have there. The reason why you have to be in a controlled environment because the screen has any form that hits the screen, which means it has poor ambient light rejection, which means the screen can't maintain an image in a fully lit environment. Therefore, that's why they want you to be in an ambient light controlled environment, because you would pull a better picture image. Why do you have to calibrate your projector? Because if you're using too much light in the environment, then you have a possibility of your colors fading, your contrast fading. Of course, you're going to maintain white level. That's no problem whatsoever. Any screen can maintain a white level. But the problem you're going to have is your contrast and color is going to suffer because it could be too much light in the environment. And therefore, they want you to either calibrate your projector. These are all excuses by the big companies, by the hobbyists that follow them. The same protocol, the same rules. Keep in mind, Crow, I do remember when we purchased your product, you gave me a list of things that we weren't supposed to do because your product wasn't capable of doing those things. As in, I'm pretty sure you tell your customers that their screens have to be used in an ambient light controlled environment. Because, you know, if they go outside that rule, the screen will fail, much like it did over here. My friend, let me explain something to you. That screen paint you're making, as I said before, you go under a company under Digital One Crystal Screen Paint. We were making that stuff back in 2010. That was light gray screen paint, colors and mixes and stuff. I was making that then. And meanwhile, I'm educating you and telling you all of this while my screen is sitting in a window with light directly on top of it, producing a beautiful image on a projector that I paid $150 for. Didn't even have to go $4 grand. And it's long throw. Not ultra short though, where I'm sitting right on top of the screen, where the distance throw is too short. I'm doing this long throw. Which means by the time my projector leaves the projector, it makes destination with the screen, depending on how much light is in the environment, that the lumen count is going to start to drop. You want to see the has to push through. All this light that's pushing through, that projector's lumen count is being chopped away. By the time it reaches the screen, sitting over there at probably about 9 or 10 feet, got a pretty good sized kitchen, and then the screen sitting there with the light, with the window light next to it, or actually a window and some lights in the environment, it's still able to maintain this image. That's why we do the 1,000 lumen test outside, because 1,000 lumens, my goodness, it's going to travel 13 feet outside, no windows, no doors, nothing to protect the screen whatsoever, and still can maintain an image. As I said before, stay in your lane. And what you need to do is you need to crack a book and educate yourself on how it all works. That's what you need to do. And explain things more clearly. Because, like I said, I've been in this business for a long time and I've done a ton of research. So, like I said, by the way you speak and by the way you explain things, it seems like you haven't been doing it long. I wanted to add something to the top of the screen. I'll be back. Ah, got one right here somewhere. I think I have them, and I don't. You run your mouth too much. Again, you don't know how ambient light rejection technology works. See, let me explain something to you. I got my training from my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. His knowledge on how all this works is infinity, which means pretty much anything I need to know, he can give it to me if it's my time to know it. But I could do things on a level that you would not even couldn't even have the capability to understand. Now, like I said, if you were to humble yourself and act like a person that's not bent with jealousy and rage toward other people, because I see fine do your fake demonstrations toward any product that comes into your environment, you have to basically tear it down to make it look like less and yours is more. God doesn't like that. When I do demonstrations against your product, I keep it clean. Put your screen against my screen. I show off the projector. I show off the environment. That's it. We don't do any cutting corners. We do the same demonstration as I do any other screen the same way. Now you see that? That's a 130 watt lamp that's sitting in the middle of that screen. That screen's absorbing all that light, including the window light, with no problem. My knowledge came from the design that ambient light rejection technology came from my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So you, like I said, at the end of the day, you're just going to embarrass yourself. I got enough confidence to be in the middle of this demonstration, doing it live, and stick a 130 watt lamp while my screen is sitting in the window. Because I know where my technology comes from. Whatever drive you got that you're bent on thinking that you're going to destroy my company and tear down what I do, yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. By the way, if you're interested in that battery generator I have over there, that is a Echo, I think it's an Echo Flow 6000, River 6000. Their things are fantastic. I got one of them actually to power up a projector that was basically consuming too much house power. And that thing I use for everything now. I mean, everything. Charge stuff off of it. It's got USB ports on it, stuff like that. I'm not getting anything from this. I'm just an amazing generator. I love it. I mean, I use that thing for everything. I actually use it for my paint sprayer downstairs because instead of me dragging a cord downstairs because I have no outlets in my basement. I don't know why. I just don't have any. I just plug it into that and I can spray whatever I want, which is fantastic to have. Run fans off of it. I ran just about everything off of it. Projectors, just whatever you want. It's a fantastic thing to have. And if you're camping or doing something like that, definitely got to have one of those. On top of that, you can upgrade it. I got to buy the battery for it. There's a battery that actually you can take apart the bottom piece, disconnect that, And there's another battery you can slap up there for like 280 bucks or 250 bucks, I think it is. Yeah, you can actually up your wattage on that thing. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. And for those of you who do not want to sit in the dark and spend tons of money for a projector just to try to get a beautiful image, and you're worrying about your window light washing and fading out, well, our technology is where it's at. We can back it up. Ooh, look at the frog. I could sit down right now and get me a bowl of cereal if I could have milk, which I can't have milk, but have me a bowl of dry cereal and I can sit here and I can watch cartoons off this screen right now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna sit down and drink the rest of my tea while I'm watching this and watch the guys. They're playing golf. They're having a golf tournament today. I knew they're having a golf tournament. I saw too many of the same matching shirts out there today. So I'm out there looking out the window while you guys are looking out the screen, and I'm watching this guy who's stuck in the sand dune. I hope he gets it out of there. Oh, he got that. He got that. Yeah, he got it. Nice shot. Nice shot. I like golf. Nice shot. It was good. It was a good shot too. He got it over the sand dune, and it landed right near. Cause I got a hole right near, right there. They're playing golf at. So the sand dune's there, but the golf. I don't get the name of it back. I love golf, but I don't know the whole terms of different things of it. I like watching it. Some days I'll get out there, take my silver chair, swing it around, and watch these guys play. And just to show you that there is sun outside now coming in. Neither are the 21s. Okay, well, hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I try not to come back in and do more, I really do, but it just kind of burns me up a little bit that somebody who does no form of ambient light projection test whatsoever spends most of his time cutting corners like there's no tomorrow, and yet you're going to talk about ambient light rejection and faded screens about my technology, and this is what I specialize in, this is my field? Oh, please. You don't want me painting your screen and sticking it in the window and putting it through this. It won't show up. Yes, know your place. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you have to know your place. All right. With that being said, yeah, I can get outside today. I got to pull myself up, let everything dry out. And man, I can't wait, man. I want to get outside. You have no idea how badly I want to get outside and watch movies. Interesting that though, I don't know why. The screen upstairs looks bigger than the screen I have down here, and they're both 35 inches. Now, let me show you something real interesting about this screen. That's the 21. That's the burnt copper 21. Right there. And that's the light screen. It's not the dark screen at all. Those are light screens. That screen right there, like I said, you know, I don't even know why you even tried making those statements. I don't know why you do it. I'm going back over in here. I put my kitchen back the way it is. I don't even know why you even bother making those statements. That screen's technology is so ahead. The 21s are so advanced and so ahead that we literally don't develop any new screen paints. That's how advanced that stuff is. And there's a hidden secret in that technology too, which I can't wait till you to do an unboxing on it, because it's going to embarrass the daylights out of it if you don't have that product correct. There's something strange about the product we added in there. If you do an unboxing, which I'm hoping, I'm waiting, I can't wait for you to do unboxing for that technology. I can't wait, because there's something hidden in that product that we put in there that the customer can't see it. We can see it. Once we point it out to you, you'll see it too. So I'm hoping you do an unboxing on it. He'll probably stay away from unboxing because now he's terrified, because he doesn't know what it is that's in there that we're going to be able to show that if he has that product and it's fake, we can back it up and say, nope, it's not real. You got a fake product there. Just like when you made that fake demonstration against the 17 Black Nova, and yet your product, basically, when we did white levels and all that, did not turn the screen dark. Only black paint does that, because black paint can't pick up a white level. It's just everyday black paint. Unlike when your product is just everyday primer, because when we did the demonstration, and I'll put the link below, you can see there's two demonstrations of us testing our product, our light gray, ultra light gray versus primer, versus his stuff versus primer. You can see that there is a difference between our technology and primer, and yours actually matches the primer. All right, I'm going to get out of here again. I hope he enjoys that demonstration. That's how ambient light rejection technology works. That's how it's supposed to function. And I'll put a clip in of the sun killer ambient light rejection technology we're working on, and you can try to match that one if you want. All right, with that being said, gotta go.